Hey everyone, welcome to Alice's Kitchen. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to everyone that is subscribed, that has commented on our videos. We greatly appreciate your support. So today we're just gonna have some fun and make some simple, quick and easy scones. These scones are very delicious. So be it you're hosting, be it you're making lunch boxes for your children, or you're just short on time but you want something for tea, these will be your go-to scones. They are very simple, straightforward. All you need is just 3 ingredients and it will take you a total of 30 minutes to make, both preparation, baking and enjoying. So without wasting much of your time, let's get busy and let's get baking. So like I said, these scones are easy to make. I'm just gonna tell you the ingredients that I've got with me here. I've got 4 cups of self-raising flour. If you've got plain flour, you can use baking powder or bicarbonate of soda to make it rise. I'll write in the description box what you can do. I've got 300 ml here of thickened cream, also known as heavy cream. And I've got 300 ml of lemonade. You can use whatever brand that you can get. I've got extra flour here that I'll use to dust my surface, and I've got milk here for brushing the top of my scones. And these are just the 3 utensils that I'll use. You don't need any mixers, you don't need anything complicated. This is everything that we need to make these delicious, yummy scones. So these are your ingredients, and now we're gonna get into it. So whenever you're baking, the first thing to always do once you've got all your ingredients set is to preheat your oven before you start mixing. So I'm just gonna preheat my oven here. So the recommended is 180 if you're using fan, or you can do 200 without. So mine has got a fan, so I'll just turn it to 180 and I'm just gonna put it on the fan mark, and that's top and bottom. So we've preheated our oven. And then now I'm going to start working on my ingredients. Okay, so before I start mixing, I am just going to line my baking tray that I'm going to use. I've just used parchment paper, also known as baking paper. So that's lined, and I'll just pop it off to the side so we can start. So like I said, this is a simple recipe where you just mix everything in one bowl. So I've just popped my 300 ml thickened cream or heavy cream into the bowl that had my 4 cups of self-raising flour, and I am also going to add my 300 ml of lemonade. It's got a bit of a fuzz, so it will bubble up and fill up. So I'm just mixing. Then now I'm just going to mix. So you don't want to over mix your dough, so it's just light, just do it gently until the flour is mixed in. So you just want to mix it until most of the flour has been mixed, not over mixing it. So it's almost reaching that consistency that I need, and then I'm going to turn it onto the flour surface and just work on it with my hands. So it's mixed. You can still see the flour, but that's okay because now we are turning it over onto a surface where you continue to work on it. So that extra flour that I showed you earlier is what I'm just going to use. I'm just going to flour. So now I'm just going to use my extra flour, and I'm going to flour my work surface, and then I'll turn my dough over. And I also just like to rub my hands as well so it doesn't stick. Then I'm gonna take my dough and I'm turning it over onto that surface. Okay, so I'm just doing it on my scissor stone bench top, and you just want to just knead it like just gently. About 5 to 8 times is enough. You don't want to overwork your dough, otherwise your scones won't come out nicely. So you want to do it until you've got a nice ball. So now you just tap your dough gently. You don't want to be too rough, just be gentle, and you want it to be about 1 centimeter thick before you start cutting. So I just usually just judge with my eyes for the thickness. So you don't actually need to use a rolling pin for this, just your hands are fine. Then once you've got it, you want to cut. So I'm just going to use a scone cutter. I'll put some flour on it so it doesn't stick to the dough. And another secret, when you're cutting, avoid twisting, just go down and up, because if you smudge the sides, it's going to affect the dough when it's rising. So I just flour it. Then I'm just gonna cut. So remember, it's just down and you want to lift it up. So now we're just gonna move the scones onto the tray. So remember what I said about avoiding touching the sides. So I'm just gonna use this flat pallet knife to lift them up onto the tray. So just be gentle. So as you can see here, I've got some of the dough left. So I'll reflour my working area, and you just want to mold it again together and then cut it out. So I'm just going to do the same thing that we did earlier. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my scones laid out here, and like I said, they are close together so they can help each other to rise. And I just like to brush them with milk. It just gives them that nice golden color. So I just come gently with a brush and I just brush the top with milk before they go into the oven. It's just so they can have that nice golden brown color. So whilst they are baking, because they are close, they can end up joined together, but don't worry about that because they are very easy to separate once they are cooked. So now I've got my scones ready and I'm just gonna go put them in the oven. It takes 12 to 15 minutes to cook, or just when they are golden brown you can take them out because you want them to be nice and soft on the inside. So now I'm just gonna pop them into the oven, and whilst they're in there I'm just going to prepare my jam and my fresh cream that I'll use when serving the scones. Now we've got our nice golden brown scones. These have to be served warm, but they're still hot, like they're straight from the oven. So I'll just give them like 5 minutes just to cool down a little bit, and then we will go together and just prepare them for our afternoon tea.